The defenders of Hong Kong, from Britain, India, and Canada, were now prisoners of war.
I was in two camps in Hong Kong, North Point and Sham Shipo. But in January of 1943, we were sent to Yokohama to work as slave laborers in the Nippon Kokan shipyard. They were all the same. Starvation wages, terrible living conditions, and some of the cruelest behavior imaginable, without any consideration for prisoners' rights at all.
It was useful to have men to use for as slave labor. And so those men, including my dad, who survived, and if you could walk across the parade floor, the parade grounds, you were fit enough to be used for work.
Those that could not or were not fit to go to work, my dad used to say we used to carry them to the work camps in order for them to be fed. Basically, Dad used to say that we were fed once a day, a bowl of rice, and if you worked, you got fed. That always used to joke about the best time to eat rice was when the rice was all full of maggots, because the maggots would give you protein and they would keep you going.
Food was the most important part that we never did have very much of, and then sickness. You get start diarrhea and dysentery, and big sores formed on your legs from malnutrition, and I still have scars all the way up my legs and stuff yet from malnutrition.
Une fois là-bas, au tout début, la première année, il y a eu beaucoup de maladies, beaucoup de mortalité par la dysenterie, tout ça.
They were starving and they were losing weight. He lost over 65 pounds at 6'2". They were all skeletons by the time the war was ended.
On dit souvent dans les écrits, là, depuis Niigata, c'était peut-être le pire pour la mortalité et tout ça. Mais je ne veux pas dire que les autres camps étaient des pique-niques non plus, là.
You know, you had a buddy. I had a buddy there when we were in Tokyo. We had one blanket for each. And we had a little pillow, which was made out of straw, and a blanket. That's the only thing that we received from them, actually, for winter wear. And so we kind of doubled up.
I had the misfortune in prison camp of sleeping on the floor with a man that died of tuberculosis. Now, with no food, or very damn little food, and starving to death, and him, I can still remember how he coughed. Oh, God.
My mother wrote often to me, but never came through. I wrote to her as many times as we were allowed, and I think she might have got 2 cards from me during the time.
My dad only received 4 letters when he was in prison. Can you imagine 3 years, 8 months, only 4 letters?
Dad used to say that sometimes mail would come in and the Japanese would pile them all up in front of them and set them on fire. And same thing with the Red Cross parcels and all that. Basically, they used to come in and the Japanese would just take them and eat them.